Hey there everybody, how's it going? Nightshade here from IvD Gaming, of course. Going to be kicking into a replay here from IvD Gaming's very own Ranchinator. And he is going to be up against his opponent. Now, of course, over on the left-hand side here on Newkirk. Now, this is a bit of a more dated map. I can't recall exactly when this was played. But his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Yoshi. Yoshi, the Protoss player here, is going to be against Ranchinator, IvD's Ranchinator, of course, a top dog in his own right. And he is going to be Protoss down on the bottom right-hand side of things, and of course he is blue in color. If you are colorblind, I do apologize, but at least we got that covered for you. So what we do have here is a PvP on Newkirk. Now, Newkirk has fallen out of the map pool a little while back, but from what I'm told, this is his favorite game. And it is going to be a goodie. Now, if we do take a look over at Yoshi's base, we do see, of course, that there is no pylon going down. That is because it is right on over here. Me smells hijinks. And I'm just one. Okay. It's going to be a one gate. One proxy gate. Let's see where Yoshi's going with this. 135, 140, 150. Does he? Yes. So it is going to be a double gate, and we do see, of course, Ranchinator is going to send out a scout as per normal. Ranchinator did not see that. Of course, he does have his gate and his gas. This is a very standard opener for him. 2 gate, if you're wondering, 2 proxy gate is actually going to be really, really dangerous here. We're going to see where this is going. Of course, you can see actually Yoshi is hugging this Vespene Geyser as to limit the ability of Ranchinator to be able to actually throw down a gas on it. Yoshi able to identify that in his particular 2 gates, he has a couple of things that he needs to achieve in order to be successful and to be victorious in this particular game. First and foremost is that he has to try and restrict the ability of Ranchinator to be able to get out his Mothership Core, because Mothership Core will be defensive very, very good against a double gate play. So it'll be defend very, very well against it. Warp Gate's another one, but the big one is the Mothership Core. So this is going to be really tricky because it is a 2-gate play. It is going to be Zealots only, at least for the first little while, and then it should, depending on how long it goes. Like if it's Zealot only, this will probably kill Ranchinator. Now, seeing as Ranchinator did submit this to me, I'm pretty sure he's able, well, I'm not sure whether or not he's going to be able to hold, but certainly there's something momentous and notable about this. And of course, Double Zealot is going to finally take care of the probe, which is pretty important. This will stop any kind of high ground pylon warp-ins, so what we do have, of course, is a couple of Zealots here. Just pausing ever so briefly at the top of the ramp, and they're going to finally move on in here. Ranchinator in a lot of trouble here, ladies and gentlemen, as the pylons are going to come under attack. Maybe not the right choice for pylons. I would have taken out this one first. But he is going to start working away onto the probes here. Probes are going to be really not loving it at all, as the Mothership Core, though, is the first unit to spawn to help with the defense here. Another Zealot is going to warp on in here as Yoshi is trying to shut down the economy of Ranchinator. However, Ranchinator does have something to say about this, as he has warped in a Zealot of his own, and of course, as you can see, probes are going to try to get back to mining. And this is the real trick here, is that Ranchinator needs to continue to mine while he's trying to defend here, and this is where the micro is going to be so important, as he's got the probes running around in circles. Again, Mothership Core is going to continue to rein in, but she is not a huge damage dealer. She has a really good rate of fire, almost a shot, just slightly, yeah, I can barely peek. 1 shot per second, well, just slightly faster than per second. So, but a Stalker has popped out in here from Ranchinator. This is the right choice, but again, micro-intensive unit here. He's got to run it around and kite while he's trying to get these shots up. Again, as you can see, Mothership Core is going to continue to rain down the fire, trying to charge up that energy for a photon overcharge, and it is available just now, so we should see that go down. Indeed, it does, and this is where it gets really good. That photon overcharge does 20 hit points every time it shoots. Slightly slower rate of fire, but it is enough to push Yoshi back, and the Stalker is going to continue chase. Of course, that Stalker can do precisely that. And it is going to try and work up on these softened Zealots here. If we do take a look back on Yoshi's base, he is going to throw down another pylon of his own. Of course, he doesn't want too many pylons on the other side of the map, as if they do get sniped, that will supply block him, and he certainly does not want that if he's going to continue with his cheese. But Ranchinator is going to continue to work away, and a lot more Zealots are going to rain on in here with just 2 Stalkers here kiting, and of course with that Mothership Core as well, and now just 3 Stalkers here. The Photon Overcharge has exhausted, finally able to get a couple shots off onto these Zealots here, but Ranchinator in a lot of trouble here, and as he's going to continue to have a couple of problems here, as the Zealots are now going to work into the mineral lines here, and you can see actually one of the Zealots is going to start focus firing down the probes. This is very, very dangerous and treacherous ground here for Ranchinator as he's continuing to try to deal with this, but Yoshi very, very strong as he's continuing to push on in with a lot of Zealots here, continuing to supply them on out of this this double proxy Stargate, rather proxy gateways of his, and again a little bit of trouble here as one of these Stalkers is getting pinned in the corner, not able to get his shots off, and he does ultimately fall to the Zealots. Zealots are now going to start really raining in the pain here, and all of the workers are dead. Ranchinator, unbelievable world of hurt, and most people would GG and tap on out here, but he is going to stay in this game a little while longer. He does have 2 Stalkers and that Mothership Core. That is his saving grace right now. Energy starting to get close to 100, only at 82 right now. So he is going to continue to work away as Yoshi is getting dangerously close to shutting down the Nexus of Ranchinator. Ranchinator with no probes and with no economy with which to speak of right now. He only has 160 in the bank. 1 probe does pop on out here. This is like the hero probe of the day. If he can keep it alive, then it's going to be like the saving grace for being able to throw down additional economy. Another probe does pop on out here. And of course, as you can see, the Photon Overcharge is now available to be cast. And but he's going to continue to kite these Zealots here. I'm trying to get Zealot and kite out in the same word. Oh my goodness. Just so much going on here. Absolutely insane play here by Ranchinator, and he shuts down all of the Zealots with that Photon Overcharge, and he's going to head on over here and try to get a little bit more kiting work done on only 2 Zealots though remaining against 3 Stalkers. Ranchinator finally has a military lead. Of course though, Ranchinator only on 2 workers right now, so it's going to take him absolutely freaking forever to get any kind of economy together so that he can actually crank out units, but he is going to start working away on the pylons. You can actually see no more Zealots are in production here. I'm a little surprised by this abandoning of this strategy by Yoshi. He is going to throw down a Cybernetics Core of his own, and we do have Photon cannons going down to try and help out with the defense here of his base, because surely he knows he's going to be under attack. We of course have these 2 gates. They're not going to get finished off. He's actually just going to unpower them and then go straight for the counter with his Stalkers and with his Mothership Core. Ranchinator doing as much as he can in order to be able to shut down Yoshi's pure cheese aggression in the early game. You know, what they say is ranch does not go well with cheese. And no, indeed, it does not. And he is going to push right on in here and try to shut this down. Yoshi is going to be feeling a little bit of pain, trying to get a probe on out here so he can throw down a pylon and get these gateways back up and running. And I think another one is actually going to be able to do it. The vision of Ranchinator should maybe did not see that actually. I'm just kind of curious myself, but. This one Cybernetics Core is going to go down. Another one is going to get warped on in here. Let's bring up a production tab, actually. Let's help things along a little bit here. And as you can see, the Stalkers are going to continue to rain down the pain on this. Just picking away the buildings as he can. If he can shut that down, he should be in good form. Of course, these gateways can't do anything about it without that pylon getting warped in. The pylon is going to go up if that probe gets all the way on over here. But as you can see, Ranchinator trying to get his economy back, 15 workers to 9. I'm absolutely uncertain as to why Yoshi just kind of stopped at 16 workers, why he didn't continue to macro behind his aggression there. But, you know, his little bit of a mistake there is going to cost him. And, of course, another pylon is going to go down. And it is going to unpower one of the cannons as well as the forge here. Again, the additional pylons are going to try to get up and running. But as you can see, there's nothing here offensive that can help on out here. And there's actually no warp gate either. There are a couple of Stalkers being warped in here off of these gateways here. So, and chrono boosted, in fact, trying to get them up and running here. So this might actually become a little bit more of a level of aggression that Ranchinator is going to have to contend with. But of course, the Mothership Core with 140 energy should have no major real problems dealing with any kind of Stalker aggression, because it'll just throw down the Photon Overcharge or even a Time Warp, and that will do it. Again, another pylon going down here, and this is still not going to supply block Yoshi. Ranchinator is, of course, supply block, at least for the short period. of time. Now he's going to have to contend with the fact that there is some stalkers trying to push on in, but he did get a photon overcharge down like I was mentioning, and that's going to buy him that little bit of time he needs. Of course, he does have warp gate of his own, and again, the stalkers are going to transition over to the left side of the map here to try and snipe this cybernetic score, as well as the pylon. We'll see where that goes in just a moment. Again, a couple of stalkers as well as sentry actually getting warped in here. And there is this one probe, this one defiant probe that is going to try and keep things together. But you can see Ranchinator just continue to pick away on these free targets of opportunity while he continues to play safe. Again, Photon Overcharge still raining down the pain here on these 4 stalkers here. One of them does fall first and foremost, and now Stalker of Ranchinators does go down as well. He's going to warp in another unit of his own. Of course, he does have that ability. He has got 2 more gates on the way. They're going to finish up in just a moment. His economy is in shambles, though, still, as he's still trying to get back up and into this game. Again, another Photon Overcharge is going to go down. He's going to pick off a couple of loose targets that he can, and he's going to rain down a little bit of pain, and that should buy him the additional minute or so to be able to warp in a couple of additional units. Of course, the Stalkers on the left-hand side of the map here, now having unpowered all of these Photon Cannons, is going to save the day here for Ranchinator, because now he can kill away all of these probes. One by one, they are going to fall. As they are getting kited all the way back, it is going to take a while, but they are going to get killed. And yeah, that'll do it. Yoshi's economy is down to the hopes and dreams of that one probe that is sitting inside that Western Geyser. And it will eventually die, I'm sure of that. However, there is going to be a continued aggression over here on the right-hand side of the map, as Yoshi's trying to continue to shut down Ranchinator. And as you can see, the Stalkers of Ranchinator are going to kite away that Zealot, kill it off. Photon Overcharge has expired. The Mothership Core does fall as well to this one Stalker and the Sentry here, who are unbelievably low on health. The one Stalker does fall. The Sentry now running for its life. Sentry's not a really big damage outputter, and it is going to get popped here by Ranchinator. He does take care of it as well. And of course, over here, there are no probes remaining. Yoshi has certainly been defeated. He does have one Zealot left over here, but that is enough. He is just going to bail out of the game. Not so much as a GG to Ranchinator. Certainly he deserves it. That's okay, Yoshi. We got you covered, and Ranchinator is victorious. Ladies and gentlemen, check out Ranchinator, IvDgaming.com.